Last time on Town Hall 11 Free to Play, we got to see miners and bat spells used to take down a Town Hall 12. Today, let's discuss how to place that invisibility spell to get the most out of your attacks. What's going on, my friends? My name is Joe, and welcome back for episode 106 of the Town Hall 11 Free-to-Play series. So, we get a lot of questions down in the comments below regarding certain situations that happen in the videos. And so, one of the questions yesterday was in regard to the daily holiday special deals. And the player was asking, how do you have yesterday's items on the screen right now? Guys, I wait until the next day to claim these. That way I can capture them live in a video for you guys, because most of you guys probably claim this stuff immediately. Now, unfortunately, we do have a power potion, actually 2 free power potions, and you know what? I'm not going to complain, guys. I've never been much of a complainer because at the end of the day, they could choose not to give us this stuff at all. So I'm going to be thankful for what we just got and hope that we get some books in the future, hopefully around Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. Now, today we're going to explore proper invisibility spell placement because we get a lot of questions on prior episodes where players are asking, I keep making my defenses invisible, the enemy clan castle troops are becoming invisible. How do you place the invisibility spell? This really comes with practice, but as of today's date, the spell is still relatively new. So there's 2 different ways that players are using the spell right this moment. You got the very popular Blizzard technique, which is the Battle Blimp, the Super Wizards, and the invisibility spells. I'm using the Log Launcher, the Super Wizards, and the invisibility spells. So what is it about the Super Wizards that get the invisibility spell linked into it so much? Is it just because they're new? Not necessarily. It's because those troops do not rush into the base like your Valkyries or your Bowlers or your Yetis. They normally sync up very, very well because the Super Wizards don't rush in there and get killed off, you know what I mean? So when it comes to the use of this spell, you don't want to treat it like a rage spell or a heal spell. A lot of times with your rage spell, you want to place it slightly ahead of your troops. That way you get the most out of that spell. The troop stays in it longer and they get the most out of those effects. The same thing applies to the healing spell. You normally want to place the healing spell ahead of your troops. That way they travel through it and they're in it longer. So we got a replay on the screen. That way we can take a look at an example of the invisibility spell being used with the Log Launcher and the Super Wizards. Now, I understand that not everybody out there can get the Super Wizards, but this is the most popular way it's being used right this second in the game. Now, one thing that I need to point out to you about the Siege Machine or the Log Launcher in this situation is that as it travels towards the Town Hall, you have got to pay attention to the health of this Siege Machine because you need to be ready with your spells and be prepared to drop them when it releases your Super Wizards. This might be something that could be easily overlooked and it could cause you to be like freaking out. You're like, oh my god, I gotta get my spells down right now, you know what I mean? So as it's approaching the destination, I'm watching its health and you'll notice that the Archer Tower is targeting it and this X-Bow might be targeting it after it takes out my King, and so I have a rage spell prepared for its placement and getting ready with the invisibility spell. So we're going to place the rage spell and then I'm immediately going to place the invisibility spell. Now you'll notice that I am not placing it ahead of my troops. I'm trying to kind of pinpoint where I'm going to place it in between all these buildings. That way we do not encompass the X-Bow, the Inferno Tower, the Town Hall, the Eagle Artillery. This is just one example. You could be faced with a magnitude of different examples in regards to placing this spell, but you'll notice that it's placed back behind the defenses and not getting coverage on top of those defenses. And so the Super Wizards are going to work and start taking out buildings in this zone. Now, I also like to tie in my Grand Warden with the Super Wizards. That way I can make them invincible for a few seconds and also get additional damage out of these troops. And then I'm going to place my second invisibility spell to get coverage on the Super Wizards again. This is how I'm able to take out probably about 30%-ish of the village with just the Super Wizards alone. Now, this is just one example. We're going to go out and do some live attacking. That way you can get a little bit more eyes on the proper placement of it. And it all, like I said a moment ago, comes with practice and consistent use of the spell. Now, this attack strategy is super OP if you know how to queen charge and you understand how to properly place your spells and get the most out of those Super super wizards. And I say it's OP because this was a very high level village, and we have about 7 or 8 baby dragons that are left over at the back end of the attack. And you'll notice that all we have left here is a wizard tower and an elixir storage, and we just completely cleared this village with just the super wizards and the barbarian king. Let's go do one live. All right, so let's go ahead and take on this village design right here. Now, I am trying to get some gold before the holidays. It is the holiday season, and I promised my significant other that I was not going to play the game on Christmas Day. I know that's going to be very hard for some of you guys out there, but I made a promise. So we're going to start out by dropping a baby dragon and try to funnel this base a little bit. We might use a super wall breaker or two, and we're going to go ahead and drop our barbarian king here with a couple of baby dragons and maybe open up this compartment. That way he can try to funnel in a little bit for us. Yeah, that looks good. Now we're really focused more on the use of the log launcher and the use of the invisibility spells. Now we're going to place our grand warden with this group, and looks like the log launcher's leading the way into an expo. It's going to open up the compartment, and we've activated the eagle artillery. So we're going to prep up with a rage spell. Let's go ahead and prep up for our log launcher. Looking pretty good so far, and we want to try to make sure that we get the most out of our invisibility spell right about. Let's get ready for it. Get ready. There, drop the rage and place the invisibility spell slightly back, and there goes our super wizards. Now they're inside the village. They're working very hard, and let's go ahead and use our grand warden's ability to protect against that eagle artillery, getting some invincibility going on there. And let's go ahead and place our invisibility spell up here. All right, so looking pretty good right about now. We're going to get a lot out of these super wizards over on this side of the village, and it looks like the single target inferno tower is doing some serious damage in there. Let's go ahead and drop a rage spell for our queen to come back, or she's going to play wall breaker instead. Okay, that might have been a little bit of a waste of a rage spell, but it's okay. Let's go ahead and get some baby dragons down on this side of the village. There was no clan castle troops, so we're looking very good. Look at how much of the base was taken out. My goodness. Okay, wow. All right, so the queen did come back. She came back to help out a little bit. Looking very nice down here. We do have a balloon or two that we can drop with these baby dragons. Let's use that queen's ability. Now we have another rage spell that we can drop with our queen, and she's going to help out with those hidden Teslas, and she's going to break outside of that wall. We got 54 seconds, and we still got 5 baby dragons that we can take down this village with. Oh my hot Lanta boys. This is just a straight up beast mode strategy. We don't even need to, do we need to use this jump? Yeah, I think we do. Let's go ahead and drop the jump right here for our queen that decided to go ahead and venture ahead. Let's go ahead and drop a freeze spell and just spam the rest of our baby dragons. I think we have beat this base down. Let's drop that poison spell. That way we can reset our army. But hopefully you were able to get out of that example that you can really get the most out of your super wizards as long as you don't make those defenses or buildings ahead of them invisible. I will tell you one thing, if there was any doubt in your mind of why players are using the super wizards right now, this is the reason why. Because when they are tied into that invisibility spell, I'm going to put it like this, guys, they have such a beautiful synchronization with that spell to where they don't get ahead of it very fast. And you're able to take down so much of the village with those troops that it's almost kind of, in my mind right now, that it's not necessarily a good thing to have them available on Town Hall 11, but it is what it is. Enjoy it while it lasts, because I don't necessarily know if the game is going to decide we're going to take that away, you know what I mean? So let's go ahead and drop another baby dragon here and start working our log launcher into this village. We need that queen to get a little ahead of the troops and ahead of the log launcher. That way we can make sure that it doesn't get taken out really fast. Let's go ahead and place our grand warden on the map, and let's place a super wall breaker over here for our barbarian king. All right, here we go. We got a little ahead of ourselves. Let's go ahead and get that invisibility spell down for those troops. They're going to move into this section. Let's go ahead and get ready with our next invisibility spell and prep up for the destruction of the eagle artillery, as well as multiple things. All right, so we had to use the grand warden's ability to protect our super wizards, but look at them clear out so many things on the village. Let's go ahead and use the rage spell on the queen. We will lose the super wizards, because once we get beyond that point, we don't really want to place a major emphasis on them anymore. You just have to make that decision when it comes to whether you're going to continue to use rage spells on them or save the rage spells for the archer queen instead. Let's go ahead and get some baby dragons down on the back side of this village and try to clear out some of these additional buildings. There are a few of the air defenses still standing, and I need that queen to go inside the village and not on the outside, and that is not going to be the case. case. All right, so we're going to lose that Grand Warden for sure. That's going to definitely happen. Let's go ahead and sneak in a balloon here to try to help out with the jump spell still activated. We got a queen here with a very high IQ for once. Oh my gosh, that really just happened. Let's go ahead and get the poison spell down on those ground set skellies, and the queen is going to assist with the back half of this village. Look at that, man. Way to go, dude. I am super impressed with this archer queen. Let's go ahead and freeze these defenses, give her a moment, use her ability, and we still got 7 baby dragons. Oh my gosh. Again, dude, straight up steamrolled this village. Let's go ahead and freeze that air defense, and you'll just notice that with the super wizards involved, Town Hall 11s, look out, man. That's all I'll say about it. All right, so for those of you asking about the blizzard technique, why haven't you shown that in this video? That's because I've covered it twice in 2 prior episodes, and I'll make sure that I link those down in the description below for you if you are interested in that technique. Now, one of the things about it right now is that a lot of players are applying the invisibility spell like this right now. I'm very, very interested to see how things change in the future and how the use of this spell evolves over time, because that is what's so important about the development of a new spell and the development of, new things that happen in the game. Let's go ahead and drop a raise spell on our queen over here, and let's go ahead and get our barbarian king down here and a super wall breaker to get him inside the village. Let's drop a baby dragon or 2 over here to help out a little bit, and let's start to open up the compartment for the queen. She might backtrack if we open up this section. Alrighty then, so king is looking pretty good back there. He's going to take out multiple buildings, and we got the log launcher leading the way. Let's drop a baby dragon there, and let's go ahead and get ready with our rage spell and our invisibility spell. So the queen is taking on some serious damage over there. Let's go ahead and drop our rage spell and our invisibility spell on our super wizard. You see where I have a very bad drop right here because I did not take out that expo. Let's go ahead and use the Grand Warden's ability there to try to protect these 2 super wizards, and let's drop our invisibility spell again, and hopefully we can get rid of that single target Inferno Tower before okay, come on boys, you got this. All right, there we go. All right, queen is taking on some serious damage. Let's go ahead and freeze that single target right there and drop a jump spell for her to go into this compartment. Let's drop baby dragons around the bottom of the village, and you'll notice that one of the things that you really got to pay attention to if you're trying to use this strategy is that sometimes the attack might get ahead of you if you're not paying attention. And so I'm over here talking, and of course I'm losing control of the attack at the same time. So we got 1 minute and 20 seconds, so we're gonna have to really play strategically here to try to secure the 3-star on this village. We got a couple of air defenses still standing. I really need this queen to go back inside the village, and it looks like she is not going to do so. So we got 7 baby Ds that we can use, and a baby dragon's gonna work on the outer perimeter. Let's go ahead and drop a few baby dragons out here. We do have a few minions. Let's go ahead and drop the poison spell on the air set skellies right there. That way the queen's not tied up, and we need that air defense to get taken out. That way our baby dragons can finish up this base. All right, queen's going after a wizard tower. We might need to use a freeze spell here. Let's go ahead and freeze that expo, give that queen a little bit more time, and the baby dragons are going to sneak in. She's going to take down the air defense, and let's go ahead and overpower this section and finish up this attack with another 3-star. So again, even though we had a little bit of a poor drop, you saw an example of a poor drop with the invisibility spell, making that expo invisible, we were able to recover it. You just got to stay patient and make sure that you practice the use of that spell. Now, like I mentioned a few moments ago, it's going to evolve over time, how you guys implement that invisibility spell. And if you have some super awesome strategies that you're using right now, let us know down in the comments below, because I would love to capture it. If you enjoyed today's content, make sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe if you have not done so already, and if you like watching us every single day, turn on those notifications. If you need any additional video support, or you want to see this base from the very beginning, click one of those links over there, and we will see you in the next one, guys. Take care.